Good morning and welcome to your Monday Marketing Motivation. This week, we're going to talk about Google, specifically Google My Business. Like it or not, Google rules when it comes to how we search for information. In the US, Google has over 88% of the market share for search engines. It's how people find you when they search online. With a recent statistic that 46% of all Google searches are seeking local information, this makes a really strong argument to claim your free listing if your target market is also local, or if they find you when they're searching for your product or services when they're in your area, like when they're searching for a local restaurant when on vacation. Now, one of the things I love about Google My Business is if your website address isn't easy to remember. For us, we couldn't lock in illustrateddesigns.com, so we settled for .net, which has caused some problems. But if someone just remembers your company name, it makes it easier for people to find you quickly by just typing that into the Google search. So let's take a look. As you can see, we were able to type the name of the company right in the Google search bar. Off to the right is the Google My Business listing. And as I mentioned, our website address isn't easy to remember, but here you can just click on the link without ever having to remember the actual address to go directly to the site. You can also click here to save this listing for future reference and click this button to call us directly. We've also been able to add our business hours, our phone number, and a link to our calendar app. We happen to use Acuity, but a lot of people use Calendly. There are plenty of other apps out there. But again, someone can click right here to make an appointment with you. Customers and potential clients can ask questions right here as well without having to look for your email address or pick up the phone. They can read reviews, they can write reviews, then they can also add photos. You can add your about information, some information about the products and services, as well as post just like you would on social media. You can also add events and specials. There's also a link to your Facebook profile. Now, our friends at Complete Wellness have done such a fantastic job with their Google My Business listing. They've given us permission to share with you what they've done. As you can see, they've also added some photos, and this main photo right here, unfortunately, is chosen by Google. You can't pick what is shown here, but you can add a ton of photos and people can just click on see photos to see all of them. If you have a brick and mortar location like they do, then you also can add an image of what the outside of your building looks like, as well as a link to Google Maps and a directions button. So they never have to leave this page to get more information about how to find you. Earlier this year, Google has also added a section so that you can inform your customers about any extraordinary measures you've had to make to keep your employees and them safe when they come and visit you during COVID-19. You can also add products if you carry products. Here they've listed quite a few so that you can really get a feel for what you can expect when you go to check them out. Again, ask questions and get them answered right here without ever having to leave the page. And one of the things that I love is you can avoid crowds by taking a look at when a location happens to be particularly busy. You can read all the Google reviews, as well as see the posts that they've put right here on the Google My Business page. As you can see, you can get a ton of information about a company without ever leaving this page. Google My Business is something that's very easy for you to set up. You don't need to hire anyone to do it for you. However, I want to caution you, please don't set it and forget it. Consistently make updates, add photos, posts, events, offers, and of course the reviews. The best part is that this is free. Now, we don't really know what Google's long-term plans are, but because they don't really give us a lot of information on what influences their search engine optimization or what new programs they're going to be rolling out. But I highly suspect that Google My Business is part of a larger plan to keep you on Google products once you start searching. I'll be back next week with more marketing ideas and tips. Until then, take the time to claim your free Google My Business listing and update it if you haven't in a while.